So, another week, another loss for the Redskins. Another heartbreaking loss for the Redskins. I really thought this was going to be a blowout. I thought the Saints were going to blow them out. And to be honest, it would have been a lot easier to take if they just got blown out. It'd be a lot easier to take if they just got blown out all the time. Because at least I could be like, the Redskins are a bad team. This is why they lose all the time. They're a bad team. But I can't say that. And it really bothers me. It's really upsetting. What can I say? I think the Saints were 10.5 point favorites over the Redskins. And the Redskins just came in and hit them in the mouth for over 3.5 quarters of that game. The defense played well, very well, for 3.5 quarters of that game. This is the breakdown of the points the Redskins allowed the Saints quarter to quarter. First quarter, 10 points. Second quarter, 3 points. Third quarter, 0 points. Fourth quarter, 18 points. And not just the fourth quarter. About 6 minutes of the fourth quarter, like the last 6 minutes or so. It's just embarrassing. Why? Zero. They didn't allow any points to the Saints in the third quarter. None. And they're just shutting them down. And I gotta say, DJ Swearinger, he might be the best pickup we've made in the offseason. He's playing great. It seems like he's picking off a pass every week now. But yeah, and the offense was on point. Cousins played one of the best games I've ever seen him play, up until the end of the game in overtime. Pirine, 117 yards rushing. They actually had a running game in this. I've been complaining about that every week. Vernon Davis had a great game. Josh Doxson is quickly becoming the best receiver on the team. He's playing great. Some of the catches he makes, it's like you just got to put it in the vicinity of Josh Doxson, and there's a real good chance he'll catch it. Even Crowder had a really good game too. So they were lighting it up on offense. It seemed like Cousins was completing almost every deep pass he threw. And it got to less than 6 minutes left, and the Redskins were up 31-16. And that's just when everything went to hell. The defense stopped playing. Ingram had 11 rushes for 134 yards. That's 12.2 yards a carry. Kamara made some big plays too. Breeze just started completing every pass. And I don't know. It seems to be that there's a switch with the Redskins. At some point in the game, usually late in the game, they switch it off, and they're just lifeless after that. And it's so frustrating. It could have been avoided so easily. Like the last touchdown the Saints scored. That's some of the worst tackling I've ever seen in my life. Swearinger went for it, missed him, and then there's one more guy, I couldn't tell who it was, who was right there and made no effort whatsoever to tackle him. Yeah, they probably would have scored on the next play, but that would have taken a few more seconds off. What can I say? I expected going into the stretch, Seahawks, Vikings, Saints, I expected them to be destroyed in all three of these games. They beat the Seahawks. They were competitive with the Vikings and were ahead at one point. And they really, really should have beat the Saints. This should have been a win. They would have been at 5-5 going into the Giants next week. And now I'm not totally positive they'll beat the Giants next week. I know that sounds crazy, but they're only 3 games ahead of the Giants. The Giants just beat the Chiefs. So I don't know. I'm just really disappointed. I don't know what to say. It's heartbreaking because this team, I wish I knew what it was. Like I said last week, Cousins, he is the main reason they are in these games. And he is the main reason they lose these games at the end. I don't know what it is at the end of these games. I know the defense has a lot to do with it too. They just quit. They quit at the end of this game. But it's just about something about Cousins under pressure. He just, except for that Seattle game, a lot of that had to do with Doxson. But he just does not deliver when under pressure, and he just makes a lot of mistakes. And I don't know. I hope something changes soon. I hope I'm pretty much done with this season. I hope that something gets straightened out in the offseason. They got to figure something out. If it's the coach, if it's the quarterback, they need to do something. It has been like this for about almost 20 years now. This was once very proud franchise. I've been a fan since I was 5 years old. I remember when they were a very good team and a team to be feared. And they're just not anymore. They're just a joke to a lot of people now. And I can't really blame them for feeling that way. They're just average. That's all they're going to be until something changes on this team. And it's just a damn shame because they have so much talent. So much talent. That I tend to think it's the coach. Not that I think he's a bad coach, but I really think they need a coach that will just whip them into shape and will not tolerate the mistakes that they make. Like a Bill Cowher, like a Bill Belichick, like Mike Tomlin, like a Bill Parcells, like those kind of coaches. This is what they need. They need a no-nonsense coach. I like to think that that's what would change these players around because they got talent all around. If you really think about it, if you go through the NFC East and you really think about it, they should be ahead in the NFC East right now. With the Cowboys' injuries, I know the Eagles are really good, but you think about the receivers they have, it's mainly Carson Wentz that's doing it as far as that goes. And the Giants, I don't even talk about the Giants. I mean, with the talent the Redskins have, they should be dominating this division. And they just don't. And I don't know what to do about it. That the coach thing is my suggestion, but I don't know what else to say. I'm disappointed. I still love my Redskins. Hail to the Redskins and all that. Hopefully you can beat the Giants next week. Please beat the Giants next week. Or I might actually cry. Oh, I forgot they're not 5-5. They're 4-6. They would have been 5-5 if they won. But it is what it is. I'll see you guys next week. Hopefully I'll be talking about a win over the Giants. Hail to the Redskins. For better or worse. See you later.